Letter to Mom.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as
man.
Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Whoa!
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Whoa, what's that? Wander? How come I can't grab that? Or what am I supposed to do with that? Oh, hold on.
Wander.
Oh! Oh, what? So bizarre! This is actually insane. Oh, so cool. It's like top down. I'm gonna do that while I do the fish. I'm gonna check out all these rooms. Multitasking. This is what my life is like.
He started small.
Always distracted.
Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats.
Oh.
And toads. And things that had not names.
It's like he was running a D&D campaign.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
He just refilled his Estus.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Yeah, I'm gonna like chop a hand off or something. Oh, am I gonna do that? Is this how I'm gonna die? Oh, please don't.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Yeah, because I'm not thinking about it at all.
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
A dog.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Whoa.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
I can't go in there.
And he was always humming something.
They're all following him?
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. But all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination.
Yeah, exactly. He probably didn't like that realization.
Whatever he wished.
Oh. Watch is gonna burn everybody to the ground.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Oh, very Mario-esque, like inspiration from video games and stuff.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
He just literally lives in this world.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
A lot of people are like this, man. They find solace in like video games or whatever, books.
New Louisville.
Anything. But when it gets to this point, it's kind of scary.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home.
Minneapolis. Holy shit. Wait, where did we go?
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Like even this, we're just zoned out completely. It's so interesting how we're controlling the game, but also doing the fish thing. Like, we're doing that.
Rumors of her.
Oh. Handsome queen or beautiful prince? Let's go handsome queen. Never heard of a handsome queen. Wow.
The queen was on her own quest for
sinister serpents. Queen wants those serps.
sinister serpents.
Sin serps. Ooh. The Cthulhu. The Kraken.
He followed the sound of her
Silver harp.
silver harp.
Oh, cool.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Look at now, like we're not even seeing the bench that we're working on. It's all faded away. We're totally mesmerized
He
with
knew
this
the world
story
was
in our
all
head.
in his imagination.
This is gonna be bad. It's like we're in a different game entirely now.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Whoa.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
And once you're in this world, like, why would you ever want to go back to cutting fish heads, you know?
And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
She's used that phrase a couple of times, and then it struck him. Foreshadowing?
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
And then he leaves and it's like wake-up call. Shitty job. Or at least a job you probably don't want. Not your dream job. To say the least. He's got a Nintendo Switch next to his pipe.
He began to forget the world we know.
Yeah, it's a disorder for sure.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
It'd be depressing. Is this him, like, seeing himself kind of thing?
He began to
Finch.
despise the man with a royal contempt.
Look at... He's, like, seeing himself. He's not even doing anything. He just feels like he's a zombie.
I still thought I could save him.
Holy shit, man.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Huh.
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who had insisted on advising him.
The wise Calico?
His queen waited, holding his crown.
This handsome queen?
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Okay. Oh boy. He's resigning to this world instead of being in the one he's in.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Wow. Wow. Wow! Wow! Holy shit.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Holy shit. Did he do that, at the cannery? I mean, the signs were there, but fuck, man, those... In hindsight, that shit's always so easy, but it's not the case. Like, sometimes parents, it's tough. Yeah, I think he did it there, too. Hold on a second, guys. My mind is kind of blown, and I'm going to tell you why. So, the only times that we've been drawing in these pictures has been when they've died, right? They die, we go to our book, we draw the picture with kind of like a reference to how they died. We already have a picture in there. And it's been there the whole time. If I could do like that mind-blowing GIF right now, I would do that. With the stars and like the universe go... Holy shit. Holy shit. I wonder. I'm wondering. I'm wondering. Oh, look at the chat. Chat's like, ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing, but...
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Is that why we left?
I wish we'd stayed. but I understand why we left. My mom.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that we already knew her story. Or, because we know we're pregnant, it could be that it was passed down. Right? And this is her reading her mom's story. Those are my those are my guesses. Happy 90th birthday.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another.
And Edith's
All that's left now
room.
was to tell you about that last night.
Oh shit. Look at this. The same toy from Molly's room. What about Eddie's story? I don't know. Okay, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Buckle up. Here's the journal. Remember at the start we had scratched shit out?
Last day,
I wonder if we do that
Edie
here.
just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and
Here it
all
is.
our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
I like Edie. Very tough grandma.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Oh, we are gonna go into the library. Sick.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
Oh, this little secret side door. Genius.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
That thing you're afraid of. They don't even mention it, the
Edith
curse.
has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
Oh, shit.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
She blames Edie for this. History of the Finches by Edie Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
So what happened on the night you were born, she said?
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Oh, we could walk out to the
It
house.
smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
And now she can finally go there. Mendazark,
Never
sushi.
thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh no.
I got turned around.
Oh, what?
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Like?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Kind of like how
That
we experienced the
night,
memories?
A lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh, we are reaching the house. We're
Things
Edie now,
I can't
for those that are
explain,
wondering, by the way.
But that I need
Old
to
Edie.
try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Whoa. What?
It's mine.
Edith!
Wait.
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Oh, shit. This is when we were really young we were in here.
But Mom dragged me to the car.
Oh, whoa. So we found that when we were... This was the night.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
What?
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Different gloves. Oh, I'm doing this.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. What? Look at that. That's cool.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Dawn Finch.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Are we in the freaking womb right now?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
I think we're in the womb. Yeah, I'm driving.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Holy shit. What do you mean was supposed to be
But
for
now I
you?
hope you'll never see it.
Oh.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now,
No!
things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins.
Holy
I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to
shit.
ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
A little boy. Holy... Wow. Whoa! For Shirley Dallas. You guys didn't see it, but the guy whose name Johan there, Unlockables something, a little pop-up said, you're welcome, or thanks from Johan or something. I'm just letting it roll, and then I'll chat when it's done. I imagine there's probably something at the end. Maybe I'm wrong, but wouldn't surprise me. Enjoy, thank you. Oh, cool. Huh. The end. The replay a story option is now available. Oh, cool. You could replay a specific, look at that. Oh, that's neat. Very cool. I mean, it probably doesn't have to be said, but like, I loved that. I loved that. I loved that. What a... What, like, that's like... masterful. It's like masterful. It's insane. It's absolute. This is like, I wish more games were like this, you know? I wish there were more games like this. Every single thing was done with a purpose. Every single thing was done with a purpose. And everything had, like, real meaning to it, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's like, wow. I mean, so what happened is pretty self-explanatory now. She was writing this for her unborn child, and she died giving childbirth. Is the curse real? I mean, seems to be. You know? Seems to be. Seems to be. Edie's ending is a little bit ambiguous, I guess. I guess she died that same night is the way that I'm interpreting it. The night that they up and left. We didn't get to see what was in the house on the lake, no, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. And I don't think it's so much about like, I don't think it's so much about death and like weird experiences like that. I think it's more of like treasuring the time that we do have and focusing on that. You know, even like, you know, Gregory, the one year old. Remember we were in the tub or whatever, and he was playing with his frog or whatever, and the parents' memories of him were like so positive. Like he was always happy, always playing, seemed to be in his own little world. Pretty good stuff, man. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, this is really cool. Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Lily DeFox is saying, I don't really understand why Walter was hiding in the basement for 30 years. Was he paranoid after Barbara? That's a good question, but I think it was just like, yeah, Jatank's saying it. I think it was like PTSD, basically. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about the Unfinished Swan now, where that was the game that these guys made another game called the Unfinished Swan. Apparently there's references to it in this as well, but we'll see. You know, I did say, like, I wish more games were like this, but at the same time, they wouldn't be special if all games were like this. This is a special game. And I loved that it was, like, 3-4 hours, but, like, hits hard. You know? Hits hard. But yeah, guys, we did it. We played What Remains of Edith Finch. Oh, thank you, Anonymous. I don't know who that is, but thank you very much for the donation. Jatank is saying it's not even just a reference, it's a dev-confirmed connection of one character. Oh, interesting. Okay. I would imagine that this story is quite a bit different in the Unfinished Swan. You know, maybe one day we'll give it a shot. But yeah, these little experiences are pretty cool, man. I've not played an experience like this, though. This is the first one where I just did not... Nothing was repetitive. There wasn't a single thing that felt repetitive. I can't even, like... I'm trying to think of, like... What did I not like? Nothing. There's nothing. There was nothing that I did not like. At all. It's insane. Oh, that was you, Bakerman? Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Really cool. Out of 10, how many stars would I give it? 12? 20? It was really just exceptional. I thought this was just exceptional. I can't even say more than that. The storytelling, the characters, the way that every character was unique, all of their sequences were unique, all the mechanics of actually playing the game changed in every sequence. That part at the end where we're seeing Lewis's kind of downfall and him just being like, just losing touch with reality, that was insane. I kind of had like that, if you guys have played the game Brothers, I'm not going to spoil it, but everybody knows the part in Brothers where it's like, oh, what? You know? You guys know what I'm talking about? And it's based on how you're controlling it, and it's also based on the game. I had that kind of same feeling with Lewis. And that was pretty perfect. That's what that was. Really, really good. Yeah, you guys agree with the Brothers thing? For sure. For sure. Brothers was actually... That was a really good game. I feel like Brothers did get a bit repetitive, though, and there wasn't as much, obviously, as much story and narrative as this. But the ending of that game is like, hello. Yeah.